So over a year ago, Atomstack sent me the A10 Pro to review. And I was so busy that I hadn't had a chance to do that review. Now, that said, they have not told me what I can say or anything else. This is just my opinion on this machine. And I got to tell you, I'm pretty happy. So I had used a similar machine years ago, and I was really apprehensive about the reliability of this machine. And so I didn't really expect a lot. And what really turned out was that this is a very, very good machine. I've used this almost every day for a year now. I found that Lightburn is the software I prefer to use. You can use Laser Turbo as well, but Lightburn here is what I'm using to make coasters. With my own money, I ended up adding an air assist. This helped dramatically with cleaner cuts. You can run it with your computer, or you can run it from SD card like I am here. It has a stop, an e-stop, and I absolutely love the remote control option. You don't have to be tethered to your PC, but you can. There's times when being tethered to your PC is a handy option to have. However, 90% of the time, I'm happy just to use the controller. Now, I was so happy with this machine that I ended up picking up a bunch of accessories for it because I love it. So with the remote, you're able to select your file, and that file can be a JPEG, a BMP, an SVG, or any vector file, especially with light. Now, I'm not going to go through the video of assembling it because there's several out there where they do it, but I was able to assemble this whole unit within about 20 minutes, and ever since then, it's been making me $5 to $10 a day on projects. Mostly I use it for coasters. It works great with anywhere under 1/2 inch as far as softwoods and about 1/4 inch with hardwoods. One of the misconceptions is that this is a 60 watt laser. No, it is a 60 watt unit that has a 10 watt diode laser. There's a big difference. If you're looking for a laser cutter, you're going to be a little disappointed. This is an engraver, a laser engraver. Now, it does have some cutting capacity, but it is not considered a laser cutter as far as I'm concerned. Where it does excel is ease of use. You can pick this whole unit up and carry it around with one hand. It is not heavy. Adjusting the focus is a snap. You've got a little piece of acrylic that you put over your part, and it gives you precise height control every time. This unit is just so easy to use. I really don't know what else to say as far as that's concerned. I mean, I literally was up and running within an hour of receiving this device. The 10 watt laser is surprisingly powerful, and it's very precise. It's very small beam, and it's very square and very accurate, and it makes great cuts. As far as engraving goes, I have just been stunned on how great this machine is. I do mostly coasters with it. I've done pictures. I've done some small parts out of acrylic and wood, and it has exceeded my expectations on every turn. I really just can't say enough good about it. So the stock engraving area is 400 by 410 millimeters, which is pretty respectable. I got the extension kit. The extension kit extends it out to 850 by 410. And I bought that with my own money because I was so happy with this machine, I justified investing more cash into it. I can honestly say that with the extension kit, I have been able to really expand the type of products and projects that I'm able to use this laser with. And that's one of the real bonuses of the A10. You can expand this laser to do whatever you want. I've got the air assist, I've got the extension kit, and I have the rotary kit, and that allows me to have a pretty capable laser for not a lot of investment. Now, I've had a 40 watt and a 60 watt laser, and definitely they have a little more oomph than this machine, but boy, they're not as handy. It's not like I can grab my 60 watt and take it to a job and do a laser engraving on at a customer's residence where I can with this machine. This is just a very versatile, very lightweight. They do classify it as a hobby machine, but I have used this every day for over a year, and I haven't had a single problem other than I had a little bit of an e-stop that was out of alignment which would cause the machine to miss until I readjusted it. So I just really want to touch on a couple of things. This is truly a 10-watt laser. It's advertised as 60 watt, and I don't know why they do that. The machine might be 60 watts, but the laser is a 10 watt. It is a 0.01 millimeter focal point, which is extremely small and allows for extremely fine detail. It's great for pictures and photo engraving. It has some safety features. It has a big e-stop. If you needed to, you can hit the reset or you disconnect the power. If the machine tilts, it will actually shut down. It is a good machine. I really just cannot say enough good about it. And there's a lot of videos out there, and I think everybody pretty much has the joint consensus that they've got a home run with this device. I have just loved it. One of the tricks I've used is to throw down a piece of MDF, and I will cut the coaster pattern and put it down on the ground, and then I know where it's going to cut and if I've got the size right. And then I'll readjust the height setting, which is just that little knob right there. I'll throw a coaster on it, and I'm off and running. So you can see by this that even though the head was not exactly right, it cuts very clean. I do a lot of coasters, and this machine has become my #1 go-to. And if you're doing coasters, you can pay this machine off in a month. Just with coaster sales. I mean, it is that easy to use. If you decide you want one of these machines, I have it available in my links below. I absolutely would recommend the Air Assist, which takes just a couple minutes to install. And the extension kit gives you a lot of versatility that you wouldn't otherwise have as far as size goes. However, right out of the box, it is absolutely runnable. And I've had no problem making money with this machine. I highly recommend it. So here's a time lapse of some 3/8 cherry that I'm using to make a jar holder. And the Atomstack just did fantastic. It did great capturing the detail of my drawing, and dimensions were right on. It is great for this type of work. Now, I let it run, I do multiple passes, and this took about an hour. But as far as I'm concerned, I can do other projects while it's cutting out. It doesn't make a lot of noise. I absolutely recommend the Air Assist if you're going to be doing this type of work. It helps keep the burning down and gives you cleaner cuts. However, I was very, very pleased with this project. So this is the extension kit that I ordered, and it's only about $89, available in the link below. I recommend taking pictures of the control board. This took me about 10 minutes to rewire and about 20 minutes to add the extension rails, mainly because I'd never done it before, but it wasn't very hard. This is a sign I had to make for a friend, and I just basically lined it up, put the program in Lightburn, and I was going to film this in Timelapse, but then I realized it was going to take too long. This was actually about a 12-hour cut because I did multiple passes. I wanted it really deep because he's going to put epoxy in it later, and it just performed fantastic. Zero complaints. It works very well with long time burns, short burns. It's just a great workhorse. I've used this, again, I just gotta say, like every day for a year. It has made me a ton of money. And you can see here it turned out great, and I was so pleased with it. And here you have the machine, as I typically use it with the extension kit. And I'm just, again, I really can't say enough good about this machine. It's a snap to use, extremely lightweight, very easy to use. It's got an intuitive design. The control panel is very, very good. I'm very pleased. In fact, so pleased that I bought another Atomstack to speed up my orders. I actually bought their 5-watt, and I'll be making that video here shortly. I really appreciate you guys watching. If you liked this video and you found it helpful, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe, and I will see you next time.